Hello, I'm Jensen. What's going on, everybody? So I hope you all enjoyed yesterday's video of kicking clutch in this thing for the first time. But today I am finally going to kick clutch in the Driftcat. I'm honestly extremely scared. If you haven't seen it, make sure you go check that out after this video. But I'm about to head up to Art's house and we're gonna fix all the interior, redo the wiring, and hopefully fix this reverse camera so I can use all the infotainment system. But we have a lot of work to get done today. Gotta put the entire interior back together pretty much. Anyway, let's hop in and get going. Not much of a cold start because I already drove it today, but it always sounds good no matter it's cold or not. But yeah, hopefully gonna take care of this. Might be able to take care of the check engine light, tire pressure light, ABS, and traction. So hopefully all the wiring and everything gets done today. If not, then we're steps closer. We're gonna take care of most of it, at least get the interior back together. So stay tuned. I gotta stop and grab some more E85 because this thing eats E85 now. It might just be my right foot, I'm not sure, but let's grab some E and then head up there. Let's do it. Just got to Art's house. What's going on, playa?
What's going on, man? How you guys doing?
What's up?
Yeah.
So we got a lot of stuff to do today. Yeah. A lot of interior and a lot of wiring.
Yeah.
You've been doing a bunch of homework, huh?
Yeah, I've been looking at connectors from the Challenger and Charger. So I kind of found out what the problem is on the camera situation.
The gap cam.
The gap cam. Yeah. So I mean, everything works, everything's fine, all the doors and everything, but the harnesses are the same, somewhat the same from the Charger Challenger, just that the commands from the BCM have now changed, right? So from the stick shift, right, we have a reverse signal from the transmission over to the BCM, right? So that's what it's telling the camera to come on. But on the automatic side, it's for the all-wheel drive, so it's basically an input. So it's only a wire that goes from the transmission up to the I200 connector and then back to the BCM. So I just need to make sure that on that pin, I need to remove it and see what it is. If not, I'll run my own wire up to the BCM and then that gap cam goes away.
Nice.
But then I'll clean up the rest of the stuff. I've been so busy. Texas, and I go back to Texas. I just got back from Texas and I'll be going back. So yeah, I've been helping up a couple of other guys, PCM issues, and some guy from North Carolina.
So if anyone needs any like reprogramming or diagnostic, anything like that, Keith and my guy Art can help you guys out.
Yeah, so pretty much anything. Yeah.
If you need help, DM me. DM Art at Gold-Blooded 23.
Gold-Blooded 23. Right?
Yep. And we'll figure it out. It's not going to be cheap because this stuff is very expensive to deal with. So make sure you have your money right when you want to get your swaps done or whatever. But
yeah, no, I don't mind. I mean, there's been a couple guys texting me, DMing me and stuff, and I don't mind helping. But damn, at the same time, like time's so fucking short for me that it's like I'm like on the grind at all the time that it's
running like, back and forth. That's why we didn't jump right on this because he's got so many jobs and so much going on that we find any moment that
Yeah.
we can to get on this. And
Yeah, so now it's like a Sunday, you know, like hey, let me get in here because I'm about to leave tomorrow. I'll go to work tomorrow at night, then I'll head out to Texas and I'll be there for the rest of the week. So it's kind of like hard,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying, to fit so many things in the day. But yeah, if you guys need any type of help or anything, I pretty much know these head to toe. Fucking I work on this everything. I work on these things every single day.
He's like the Dodge doctor, pretty much.
Yeah, so I work on these all the time. So if you guys need any help, yeah, shoot me a DM, shoot me a message, and then we can go from there. I'd be happy to help anybody.
Hell yeah. Everyone, drop a comment down below. Say thank you, Art. We need that.
All right, let's get to work.
Yes, sir. So when me and Cisco did the original wiring, we just used 2 red wires going from the clutch switch to the PCM all the way back to the RFH, and then Art came up with this beautiful clutch switch wiring harness with its own ground that is a lot better looking, a lot more aesthetically pleasing than just the 2 red wires. We got the factory colors, and that'll clean this up a whole lot.
Just so it makes it easier to diagnose too, like
Yeah,
when you
because
have 4 wires the same color, you're like, oh shit, is this pin 7, pin 9, whatever pin it is.
with these 2 red wires, which one is which?
Yeah.
You'd have to go all the way to the beginning and then all the way to the end to figure out which one is which.
Yeah, so there's 2 wires coming from the PCM, so you don't know which pin that is. So just cleaner, a little bit cleaner, easier to access in case something else happens. But we just wanted to Mickey Mouse it for right now, just to make the car run, to see if it'll run. We know that it runs, so now we do the aesthetic, you know, get it all cleaned up and
make it more factory looking.
Yeah, get that shift boot so it looks nice, and then get it all situated.
I've been extremely happy driving this thing. As soon as I pulled up, I hopped out. I was like, I get sweaty palms driving this thing every time.
Yeah,
it's so much fun. Also, if you guys are looking to get a manual swap done on your charger, we are putting together a package so you can get the entire package, get your car swapped over, and have it factory looking like this. So that's in the works. Stay tuned for that. Drop a comment down below if you guys want to manual swap your charger. It's not going to be cheap. It all depends on what parts you want to use and all that. Obviously, if you go full factory, like factory clutch and factory flywheel, bell housing and all that, it's going to be a lot cheaper than what I did.
Without the headaches also.
Yeah, without a lot of headaches. That's pretty much what you guys are paying for, is no headaches, pretty much plug and play, and have us take care of all the headaches for you. So if you're looking to get a manual swap done, drop a comment down below. Let us know. Package is getting put together. We just got to go over a bunch of things, but that's coming soon for everyone that wants one. And yes, the car is still extremely dirty. My guy SR Garage went to SEMA and he'll be back this week, so hopefully we'll be able to get the cat detailed, because there's oil dripping and a bunch of stuff all over this thing. Don't mind that for now. That's not necessarily important for right now. Those little solder sleeves?
Yeah, they're solder sleeves. In the middle portion of it, solder goes in it, clicks on there, and then it's got a heat shrink, and I'll double heat shrink it. With this RFH that we have, and this pink cable wire has an antenna to the sunroof, or not to the sun, to the headliner.
I wish this thing had a sunroof.
Yeah, Keith could probably go up in there, program it, and get you
that auto start.
Yeah. So that's another thing that we were looking at. It'd still use your original charger one with the port for the start stop, because this is all it is, a start stop, or not start stop, the remote start. And we could use your module. We would just have to send that out to Keith and he could reprogram it, and it's a plug and play without having to program any keys or anything like that.
Nice.
So that would be another option, so you could have remote start, but
you just have to
make sure
it's not in gear.
Yeah, because that thing will shoot like a rocket.
If you auto start this thing in gear, it can be very, very ugly and expensive. Keith, I've been talking to Keith. He's been reprogramming a bunch of stuff. He can do pretty much anything. A lot better than the electrical tape that was in there.
Yeah, you don't see where the repair is at. You'll start to see it shrink.
So that new clutch switch harness is going in. He just buttoned everything up going to the RFH, and now he's gonna run everything along the driver's side under the carpet up to the clutch switch and then to the PCM. So trading these wires for this, it's got the outside insulator and all that, looking a whole lot better. They serve their purpose, but now it's gonna look a lot cleaner. No wipers, huh?
Yeah, so basically it goes in here, it goes through here, and then there's a body plug. So you have like no wipers right now. So if you would have rained,
that would have sucked.
Yeah.
Might have just forgot when we did the brake booster.
Yeah.
That's funny though. It's catching all the bugs and flaws with this build. That's why this is the man right here. Got the PCM out, rewiring the pins that go to the PCM, cleaning everything up. This is that ground that we originally had. So pretty much redoing all the wires. Me and Cisco got it working and running. Now it's making it look factory and a whole lot, like I keep saying, aesthetically pleasing.
He ran it all the way.
How long did it take you to get comfortable with doing all this wiring and stuff?
I started, so I went to trade school when I was 17. I graduated early from high school. And then there was a training school right here in Sacramento. That was not UTI. Everybody thinks UTI, but no, it was a Wyotech. So I went there when I was 17 years old. So you kind of get your feet wet there. Then from there, I was working at AutoZone, trying to make some money, and learning like the names of the parts and stuff like that, just getting myself prepared. Then I stopped by one day to work. I was like, you know what, after school, you know, I'm gonna take like a month, 2-month break because I've been studying and commuting. Born and raised in Napa, so I would commute from Napa to Sacramento. That school was in Sacramento, and then I just stopped by just to see what the dealership world was about. So I talked to the service manager, and he was like, hey, you'd be a really good person for us to work for. So then I started working in 2005 with Chrysler. That's when Daimler and Chrysler were together. So you're pretty much hands-on. Whatever you're given, you just learn as you go. So
it's all experience, pretty much.
It's pretty much all experience, and I fucked up a lot of stuff. That's the only way you're gonna, you.
Yeah, same with driving. Like you gotta make mistakes to learn what not to do.
So then you enjoy fixing stuff, like learning how something works, how can you trick a system, or how can you make something work, and then it's just you kind of get. I can't use the word obsessed, but you like it. Like when you can't fix something, you kind of take it
turns to a hobby.
Yeah, it's like a hobby. You learn like, damn, dude, I couldn't get it to run. I wonder, and then you just start thinking like, maybe it's this, maybe it's that, and you kind of like digest. You simplify it like a wiring. Everybody like hates wiring, and I kind of like it. There's different ways you could look at it. If there's so many circuits, you kind of dissect it. Like I'm not so worried of the 15 units, I'm only worried about these 2 units. What do these 2 units share? And you could dissect it. I only care about the beginning portion of it, what controls the circuit and how it powers it up, right? So you start from the beginning and you end at the end, but you could dissect everything, and that's just how I learn. So some people think of it as electricity as like water flow, like a sprinkler system, you know, why this sprinkler comes on and the other sprinkler, and then there's a pathway to everything. So you could learn how to dissect everything, and I like it, It's just something that it's easy for me. It's a lot of people don't like it, but once you get to it, you don't get any oil in your hands, you don't really do heavy duty, your back don't hurt. I mean, yeah, if you're under a dash, but that's the freaking future. You got to learn it. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So that's why I like it.
20 years later, still doing it.
Exactly.
Got the old wires out, new wires in, tucked.
Just taping this up with Tesla tape, so you can't really see where it was.
So that thing was tucked under there, or what?
Yeah, this one needs to go up here, and this is what separates the engine harness parts of this goes to the bottom of the tranny. So our clutch or reverse signal from here is coming from our tranny, and that's what's powering up your radio. So I need to check the pins to make sure this pin is right, and then I got to go to the BCM to make sure that that pin is on the BCM. If not, I have to unpin it and pin it, you know what I mean? Because I have the harness for the clutch and the auto is way different.
Learning more and more as we go. This is the old wiring that went from the PCM to the clutch switch all the way back to the RFH.
Yeah.
And
you don't know which one.
Yeah, tell me where's the beginning and tell me where's the end.
Yeah, so basically you don't know if this one goes to pin, we don't know if this one goes to pin 17 or if this goes to pin 5, this goes to pin 7. Like we just don't have a sense of, like, okay, if it was like a red with a brown tracer, or this was like an orange with a yellow tracer,
yeah,
like it'd be easier to diagnose. But since you have all this, I'm like, you know what, let me color coordinate everything just so it makes it look better, and then we don't have to run a ground from like the strut tower all the way to the clutch switch. We could just eliminate it and go straight from the clutch switch to chassis ground, or from the dash, you know, a smaller ground. We don't have to run it all the way. So just clean it up a little bit. Now we'll have a perfectly working clutch switch, and not, you know, just kind of like Mickey Mouse
wires.
Shit. Yeah.
Because that's a lot of spaghetti. A lot of spaghetti. Everything back together. Ran the new wires, the whole new harness all the way to the PCM. Got that repinned.
And then I have 15. That's ground.
Got the new clutch switch in there. Doing the scan. Make sure when you push in the clutch, it reads that we're pushing in the clutch.
Yep. It takes time to do this.
It's a checklist. There's kind of a lot of stuff that Art had to do today.
Yeah.
Can't thank this guy enough, because no one else would have been able to do the stuff that he does.
I like it though. You know what I mean? I like the challenge. I'm up for it. Look, without the clutch, without the clutch, how I used to start it,
Yeah.
it won't start anymore.
Nice.
So let me see if I
Push the clutch in. Yeah.
it's wired right.
So it's a factory clutch switch now.
Yeah, now it's good. So we're having issues right now. Basically, our scan tool is not connecting right now. I did take a picture of the screen over the weekend. Chrysler is updating some of their stuff, and I did take a picture of it, and it says info Dealer Connect updates. The Dealer Connect will be performing updates through the weekend. You may notice some YTech and Dealer Connect application slowness over the weekend. Well, my scan tool is not it's not communicating. So basically I wired it, and I just wanted to see the input to see if it had clutch pressed or depressed.
Yeah.
I can't see that, but if before you would have it in neutral or in gear,
You'd have to push the brake.
just to brake, just to brake, because the clutch was bypassed, and it shift perfectly fine. So now what I did, since I can't communicate with the scan tool and read what it's doing, I
physically checked.
I physically put it in, just pushed the brake and started it, and it wouldn't start because it wouldn't say press the clutch. Now that I press the clutch, it'll start. With the brake button or just with the brake pedal, it won't start. So that's wired good.
Nice.
Now we can button that up, put your panels back in there. We don't need to touch the RFH anymore. That's going to be sealed, concealed. All these panels are back on. We don't have to touch it. Our PCM wiring is good. One left is the BCM on the right side. We have to see how far we could go to see with the camera. I could unpin it, but I want to make sure it works perfectly fine. But the only way is
use a scan
the
tool.
scan tool is the roadmap, to everything. But at least we got this portion of it. I'll unpin it so you could have radio functions. Hopefully I could get the pins correctly. In case we can't, at least your camera would be off.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I could unpin that because the BCM controls the lighting in the back and the camera. So since we use the stock harness for the body from the Charger, we didn't do anything with the Challenger. They're both different. The only thing we did is we took the insides out of that stock module, and we wired it to or programmed it to a manual. So yeah, that's the next step.
Yes, sir. Just knocking stuff off the checklist. Throwing the sub back in. Honestly, the sound system without the sub, because I ran it for a couple days or whatever, the sound system, it's the Harman Kardon, but it still sounds really good without the sub. It's got a nice little bass kick, but now that the sub's going back in, it's gonna sound 100 times better.
Yeah, and the reason I didn't put any of the panels back on is because I still wanted to rewire it better. Now it looks factory. You can't see like any wires come back over here.
Yeah.
So it looks way factory. So I don't want to put anything back together just because I didn't want to take this off again.
Take it back out.
Yeah, and it's a pain in the ass to do this. So.
And that sub is in the way of everything.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just, yeah.
But all that's going back together. This piece will go on top of that, cover everything up, all back together.
Yeah, now we can close.
Clean.
Yeah. This is driving me nuts. You running around with a fucking car off.
I got rear seats again. Yeah. So the clutch switch is done. The RFH is wired. Now getting to the BCM.
Yeah, this is for the radio stuff. So my light.
He's using my GoPro light right now. He's making it work though.
So basically, this is the engine harness that was replaced, right, for the manual.
Yeah.
And it says pin 9, which this is pin 12. Pin 9 is right here, which is yellow with a violet tracer. It plugs in to the body harness, right? And on pin number 9, where the yellow violet is supposed to go to a yellow violet, it's blinked off, right? So now I got to grab a tracer wire from this connector and run it all the way to my BCM, because the E connector, E29, which is the body connector, there's no cavity there. So basically we're dealing with this yellow violet wire, pin 9, circuit T22, which is our brake lamp switch signal. So it's on the Challenger harness, but on the Charger harness it says no connect. So I have no wire there. So I got to run my own wire. Got to make my new own wire and pin it at that connector where there's no wire, and go all the way back to my BCM, because I'm pretty much dealing with, this is that inline connector. Pin 9 on the harness that you put on there is good. You got a wire coming from the switch, and then connecting to the body, which would be this side, connecting to the body, I have no connection here. So basically our reverse switch is not canceling because it's supposed to ground it, so it's not being grounded. I could ground it myself, but we're trying to go as stock as possible, so let's do things the right way and wire this wiring to the body harness, and we're pretty much done with the car.
And that'll take care of the whole reverse thing.
That'll take care of the whole reverse thing.
Nice.
Nice. Yeah, so that'll be it. Your reverse lights are gonna work. Your radios will come off, but the reason it's coming on, it's not grounding the switch, so it stays always on. Yeah, so it's supposed to, as soon as it's out of reverse, it's supposed to close. Right now it's in an open state, so it just thinks that it's in reverse at all times. So yeah, that's what we gotta get. That's what we gotta do. But I don't have any wire for that, so we'll do that next time. But at least all your panels are in, and then we'll go from there.
Fuck yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes, sir. All right, just got back to the house. Huge shout out to Art on his Sunday, his day off. He's got work tomorrow, then he's got to fly out to do training. So I don't know where he finds the time to do this, but huge thank you to Art. It's really a blessing that I met him, because I don't know what would have happened to this car if I didn't. The entire interior's back together. His scan tool wasn't working, so we have to come back, fix the reverse camera, see what's going on with the ABS and traction light. The check engine light went off, so no more check engine light. So I'm happy. I'm happy as hell. Yeah, huge shout out to him. Thank you, bro. It's like I said, it's Sunday. I'm just getting home. It's 8:30. He was working on this thing damn near all day trying to get it done. and like I said, it's like his only day off, and he was working on my car. So thank you, really appreciate it, sincerely. And his son Aaron, he's getting dope on the camera. Make sure you guys go follow him and hit him up for shoots and all that stuff. Make sure you follow him, and then yeah, this car is almost perfect. So stay tuned. Once he gets back from training, then we'll fix the reverse camera. Super simple, just one pin, one wire going from that connector to the BCM. But yeah, entire interior is back together. I got a glove box again. I got my back seat back again. So I'm happy as hell. Once again, thank you, bro. But that's gonna be the end of this video. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, share, hit the bell, thumbs up, all that stuff. I'll see you guys in the next video. Deuces. Thank you for watching.